This is COLM McGuigan for IFLTV. Do you know when you look at me like, why is that?
Because all three of you come over, yeah. Like, look at you. Look, it's like three bullies in the playground. Do you know what I mean? Like, bowled over. Here he is. Let's corner him. Let's get him here. You know, it's just
Calm down, Simon Jordan.
And go on. What do you want? Listen, I feel like you're coming over. Like
We're coming in hot here, Edward.
Because right. I'm coming in hot over your Instagram, mate. Because I'll be honest with you, the cringe levels. See if there was a cringeometer. If that cringeometer took a look at your Instagram, what is going on? Surely you post those pictures of you, yeah?
I'm just waiting on your reaction. I actually was going to caption it.
You know when, like, the biggest cringe thing that anyone could ever do is not look at the camera when someone's taking a photo, yeah? So you
got popped, bro.
Yeah? What is this? Take a picture of me. Take a picture of me.
Do you know how many times you do this?
Mate, are you being serious? Do you think I say to someone, firstly, I don't post any pictures on social media where I say to someone, take a picture of me, take a picture of me, and then look like, if I say to someone, take a picture of me, if that's the camera, I go like this.
Oh my God.
Like this. Yeah, take a picture of me,
He does that.
I was looking at the drip.
The drip.
And also,
How
you
old are you?
didn't even interact
How
with
old are you?
30 years of age.
30. You look fucking 40, firstly.
40?
Yeah, you do.
Now you're starting a war.
I've got to be honest, mate. You've got to knock this on the head. Like, it's not doing you any favours at all.
I'll take that on board, Edward. Right, let's get to it. Simon Jordan's came out this week. He's had some
go.
strong comments for you to say that you and Frank are bullying Ben Shalom. What do you make of that?
I mean, look, Simon's going to say that because obviously he's involved in boxers' business, which we know before, and he can say, I'm not fighting, we know that he's been involved in conversations. Like, let me put it this way. I described something earlier on. Not 1% of my brain, like, I pay as much attention to Ben Shalom as I do to Colin McGuigan from IFL. Because that is the relevance to my life and my business. Like, I know when I need to be sharp and on my game. PBC, top rank, Frank Warren. I fought them all for years. Look, Ben's doing his thing. He's like, it's great, but it's not like I let people have, Frank Smith and, oh yeah, great. Let them, it's like little playground things. Do you know what I mean? You get them on that thing. What's the thing when you spin them round? So every now and again, I just have to go up to Ben Shalom and Frank Smith and all that, go on boys, and spin off and go and do my thing, and then come back, they're still spinning. Go, all right boys, how you going? You know what I mean? So it's little tiddlywinks, do you know what I mean?
Is he rubbing you up the wrong way though? Because when you're on that stage, actually here, we're back at where it happened, and you had that little tiff, you and Ben.
Look, people don't really see the true side of things. If everybody is saying the same thing, sooner or later, there's got to be a reason for it. But everyone's different. Like, everyone's got different personalities. So, yeah.
Why do you think Simon Jordan's siding with Ben Shalom on this? Because
I told you why. Because he's out there in the past trying to raise finance for Boxer. He's having meetings with them. He's doing this. It suits him to do it. And look, Simon's a bad hater. Bad hater. Because Simon sort of looks at me and thinks, look at what could have been, eh? Do you know what I mean?
we're here for Fury Usyk. We'll talk about that in a second. We've just interviewed Tyson Fury, and he said to Coogan that he's heard on the grapevine that AJ Dubois isn't happening next. Can you confirm that?
No, I can't confirm that. I've been instructed by Anthony that the fight that he wants is Daniel Dubois. The issue is, will he be ready for February? Being honest. Like, it would mean us going back to camp in about 3 weeks' time. And after a few overviews of the body, we got to be 100% right. So that's the delay, is that do we fight in February or do we wait till the summer? And if we do, AJ's choice is to rematch Daniel Dubois. Now, he would say, I'll just do it in February, but we've got to get it right. So that's really the decision that we'll make over the next few weeks, is do we wait till the summer or do we jump in? But I don't want to jump in if he's not ready to go back to camp.
If that was the case and you waited until the summer, do you think a fight in between maybe?
No. Listen, there's two things that are going to happen. One is he rematches Daniel Dubois, which is his choice. Or secondly, we see what happens on December 21st and we fight Tyson Fury. That's all that's going to happen. There's no interest in any interim fights. There's no interest in any warm-up fights. He just wants the biggest fights out there. Of course, he's a fighter. He wants to avenge his defeat. But if Tyson Fury wins, then you've got Fury against AJ for the Unified World Heavyweight Championship. And if Tyson Fury loses, you've got a couple of fights that could be the end for both men. But I know in AJ's mind, if you gave him the option right now, of course, he wants to try and avenge a defeat.
Obviously, we're here for Usyk Fury, the rematch. How do you think that goes, Edward?
I think it's very difficult to beat Alexander Usyk when he's already beaten you. I think the one thing that Usyk is incredible at is inputting the data during the fight and putting a game plan together to overcome that style, that tactic, whatever. Let's just have it real. The 6'2" Alexander Usyk, 6'3", 15-stone guy, walked down and beat up the 6'9", 20-stone Tyson Fury. And I think that's gone not unnoticed, but underappreciated what he actually did in that fight, because it's not really his style. Do you know what I mean? So now, like when AJ fought Usyk, he tried to box him in the first fight. Terrible idea. And in the second fight, what people were saying is, all you got to do is just stick it on him. Use your size. He don't like it here. He doesn't like. It's not that easy. So I do feel like Tyson has got to be more aggressive in the fight. But then that's actually going to suit Alexander Usyk as well. So the answer is I have no idea in the way to beat him. But Tyson Fury is a very smart fighter. You know, Tyson Fury has got smart people in the corner. But also, from an IQ level of boxing, he's right up there. But unfortunately, so is Alexander Usyk. And my money, especially when he's won the first fight, would always be on Alexander Usyk. But my heart wants to see a Tyson Fury win. Not just because he's British, not just because I want to set up the AJ fight, but you know, I like Spencer and the guys. I'd love to see him do it. But I do see him as the underdog in this fight.
This undercard is phenomenal in terms of Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen, for example. How good is that fight, Eddie?
Listen, there's 3 fights that we've got on the card, and they're all unbelievable. I mean, Madrimov against Bokacic is one of the best fights that can be made at £154. 2 guys that no one really wants to fight are fighting each other. Johnny Fisher against Dave Allen. You know, it's a heavyweight fight for the casuals, but more importantly for Johnny, who I really now see as a world-class heavyweight prospect. You are seeing him develop against a guy that hopefully will give him rounds, hopefully will make him think, hopefully will land a few, will try and lean on him, make the fight go long, old man him a little bit, because the next fight's going to be a really big fight for him at the Copper Box in the spring. My favourite fight on the card is Peter McGraw against Dennis McCann. But this is the kind of shit that I love more than anything, because Dennis McCann is an outstanding fighter. Peter McGraw is an outstanding fighter. We probably shouldn't be putting these guys in with each other, because normally you'd want them to go to world level. But fucking how good is it that they're fighting? The British and European titles, the number 1, the number 2 in Britain, world-class fighters, and I so fancy Peter McGraw in this fight. I think Joe McAnally, those guys are very smart boxing guys. They know how good Peter McGraw is. And I think without Riyadh season, we wouldn't be seeing this fight. But can I just say one thing to fight fans, yeah? I want to appeal to fight fans and to boxing in general. Can we stop with this bullshit of it wasn't the right style for them? It was a bad matchup. They shouldn't have taken that fight. They should have avoided him and go like, look at Tim Tszyu, right? Tim Tszyu got, I mean, boxing is a real humiliating place at times. He got battered on Saturday, right? Now everyone's saying, but he shouldn't have fought him. The guy was like a 6-1 underdog, Mertzalayev, right? He lost to him, bad bit of matchmaking that. Can we just stop with the bad bit of matchmaking? Oh, it was a bad style matchup. Should have dodged him. Should have gone down another route. Like, for fuck's sake. It's sport. You should be able to beat everybody. You should be able to beat every style. And if you can't beat them, it's okay. You weren't good enough. But give the fella props, right? He stepped in at a week's notice to fight Fundora. A completely different style. and stance to what he was training for in Keith Thurman. He got beat. Maybe a bad decision, but whatever. Then he gets mandated to fight for the world title against Mertzaliev. A really tough fight. But what do you want him to do? Fight some duck in Australia? Like, this is what I don't get. And then when you get beat, it's like, ha ha, you got beat. It's even like, it's like Oscar de la Plonker, right? Where it's like, ha, you got beat again. Yeah, you ain't doing any shows. But Bivol's fighting Beterbiev. Belanga's fighting Crawford. Madrimov's fighting Crawford. Belanga's fighting Canelo. Like, what?
When Oscar's actually had a pop at you the past week, and he listed fights from last year and stuff. Why do you think he's?
Because it's like, this is the segment of the week where I give you the facts. You just lied through your teeth. Katie Taylor lost this year. No, she didn't. She's coming off a massive win against Chantel Cameron. Billy Joe Saunders lost this year. He hasn't boxed for about 4 years. Who was the other one? I don't know. Deontay Wilder. I had him for one night on the 5v5. Like, there was someone else. Regis Prograis. He ain't lost this year. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's lying out of his arse. He hasn't even got any shows. But I'm not bothered about Oscar. I'm bothered about the whole concept of taking the right fights. I know it's our job to guide a fighter in the right direction. But I'm sorry, if you're at that level like Tim Tszyu and you roll the dice against Mertzaliev and you get beat, I hate that he's got to retire now. Like, there is a chance that Tim Tszyu is not elite at 154. Okay, but if he is, if that's the case, he's still a world-class fighter. But I hate, you know, going into that fight, Tim Tszyu is a massive favourite. Oh, he's going to destroy this guy. Gets beat. Whew, terrible matchmaking. I would have swerved that if I was you. Whoa, it's bullshit. If you're good enough, you will win. And if you're not good enough, you won't win. It's the simple facts of sport and life, by the way. So let's just champion people taking great fights. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it. I hate the whole thing about it's the ha-ha effect of losing. Ha-ha. Fight fans are fucking weird sometimes. Really weird. Let's pray. You want great fights, right? That was a great fight, wasn't it? How exciting was it? Tszyu against Mertzaliev. Let's make the fights. Catchall against Prograis. Someone's going to get beat. Even every level. Campbell against Flint. Someone might have to retire. Gomez against Bellotti. Pure 50-50. Stick them in. If you're not good enough, you won't win. So come on, let's get behind fighters that are willing to fight.
You're being ushered off, Edward. I wish we could continue that. Speak to you soon.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.